You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey Days fans, it is time for a comings and goings update, and we've got to talk about Arianne Zucker's return as Nicole Walker and how long it's going to last in light of the word of her firing and her filing that lawsuit against the network and ousted producer Albert Alarr, as well as showrunner Corday. So this is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we will unpack not just the details about Ari's in and when she's back out again, but we've also got a new player in town who seems like she might be real trouble. And hey, please click subscribe if you haven't already. And now let's talk about these casting updates. So first, the new character. Did you notice Officer Goldman on Thursday's episode? Pretty brunette officer. She is a new cop we've not seen before, played by actress Christy St. John, who has also been on several different primetime shows with, an appearance here and there. But what really caught my eye was she shot one of the drug dealers working for Clyde, and she was kind of acting sketchy, which made me think something was up. She was, upset about it and all that, but I felt like she was being dodgy. Like, I wonder if she shot the drug dealer so he couldn't talk and rat out Clyde Weston as his boss. She might be Clyde's cop on the inside with orders to take out anyone that could squeal on him if they are caught. If I recall, she came around a corner or something. I don't think anyone was right there with her and saw the shooting or verified that it was self-defense or whatever. And then the actress posted her appearance on Days and said, quote, "Exciting times ahead for Officer Goldman." That sounds like she's going to stick around and have some more appearances. And I really, really wonder if she is the dirty cop on Weston's payroll. I guess we will find out. All right, now let's talk about it. Ari Zucker's return. We all saw Nicole Walker leave with comatose daughter Holly Jonas to head to Italy. That was January 19th, 2024. That coincides with Ari Zucker's statements that she was written off the show at the end of June 2023 because she was asking for investigations into harassment against herself and others that she claims she witnessed on set. Remember, they filmed 6 months ahead. So her being written out in June does place her last appearance in, third week of January. So that's the time difference right there. In her lawsuit, she says they wrote her out, quote, with no response to her as to whether her character would appear again. And it also said, as weeks went on, my agents received an email. This is in her video statement. She did a press conference, by the way. My agents received an email with a reduction in pay. A few days after that, my agents received a second request for a reduction in pay. While waiting for the results of the Sony investigation, my character was being written off the show. However, Nicole is back this coming Friday, and here's how Ari Zucker, explained all this. This is more from her recent press conference about her lawsuit. She said, my character was eventually brought back in August of 2023 thanks to my lawyer Anahita, who had to get involved. However, once I returned to the show, I was treated differently by several of the male crew members close to Alarr and also by Corday. So in case you're curious what's next, Ari Zucker will again be off your Days of Our Lives screens as Nicole Walker. Not right away though, but she also said, I was eventually released from the show, but not before trying to have a verbal conversation with my agents and legal team and with Corday Productions, with my intention consistently being clear that I wanted to stay on the show because I needed a job. Her contract, she said, was set to expire in January 2024. She said negotiations fell apart in October of 2023. So I'm not certain when her last day of filming was, but if she worked up until the end of that contract in January of 2024, then she would have appearances through June or July of 2024. But it could be sooner. Given this timeline, I do expect the truth to come out about Nicole's baby baby being Eric's kid in May sweeps. But in February sweeps, I expect other big things for Nicole. Right now, Sloan Peterson is falling apart. She does not like being a mother, but she is stuck. Baby Jude's crying rubs her the wrong way. Not being able to do the deed with her hot husband when she wants to also rubs her the wrong way. And then there's Leo blackmailing her and saying he's going to continue doing it until Sloan gives the baby back to Nicole. So Ken Corday, who also has been named in this lawsuit she filed, he offered some 2024 spoilers as the year began before his name was dragged through the mud, accused of ignoring blatant sexual harassment on his set and allegedly retaliating against Ari Zucker for raising the issue up to Sony's HR department because there is no HR department at Days, and she says no one took her seriously. Anyway, the accused producer said that Sloan will give the baby back to Nicole, but he also said, quote, when and if Nicole learned the truth, that's another matter. So the way he worded it, it made it clear the baby is back in Nicole's hands pretty soon, although the secret is going to remain hidden for a while. And with Nicole back in sweeps, I suspect that the baby coming back is going to come very soon because Sloan is about to snap. I did a standalone video about this explaining how Sloan can use her sketchy doctor buddy to unload, to help unload this issue. They basically need to undo what she and Melinda Trask did. And so I think his name was Dr. Pierce, maybe. I think he can blame it on some kind of late night paperwork screw up. We all know modern hospitals are digital, but on Days, they still use paper. Some late night screw up and saying that the baby Sloan was meant to adopt was actually the one that died and somehow got mixed up with the baby that Nicole gave birth to. So yeah, if the doctor is the one that brings it up as sort of a clerical error to both couples, then Nicole could get her baby back, and then, Eric and Sloan would have to mourn the death of the baby that they were supposed to adopt. That would get the sleepless infant out of Sloan's life because she doesn't want the kid. She really doesn't. Sloan definitely has buyer's remorse about adopting this baby to make Eric Brady happy because she's not happy, not at all. I am excited for Sloan to hand back the baby because she is not a warm and cuddly mother. She can barely tolerate being around Jude, and Eric seems to be doing the lion's share of the caretaking. He doesn't mind because he's always wanted a baby of his own, but it also means that there is heartbreak coming for Eric in sweeps. As for Nicole Walker, I just wonder if she is going to have minimal scenes. If they were indeed pushing Ari into the background and then off of the show. Albert Alarr called her accusation offensive. That's the word his attorney used. And Days released a statement saying her lawsuit was without merit. If Ari Zucker gets her day in court with the jury trial that she requested, maybe it'll all come out. This could be very interesting. But so far, what we know is she is back as Nicole and then will be out again in a few months, likely a permanent exit from the NBC soap opera. Hey, drop your comments. Please click subscribe if you haven't already, and definitely come back soon. As always, this is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.